Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me just get some jewelry on here. Now, I am about to film something else, but I thought before I do, let me film a review for the new foundation from Makeup by Mario. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna do a wear test for pretty much the whole day. I mean, that's what a wear test is, isn't it? And see how we go. So, two things. One thing, my sound might be a little bit different. I'm in another experimental stage of this channel, so my sound might sound a bit different. My lighting is different now because the more I try to have in the background, I don't have that much natural light in front of me anymore, but the more I try to have in the background, the less I felt like colors were coming up true to life on my face, including texture and everything like that. So I've minimized the amount of light in the background. I've gone old school. I have a light which is going to be a little bit higher, so I have more of a thing behind me, and now I'm closer to my background. I just feel like it's the best option for lighting to be fully transparent with the products on my face. So I'm not trying to be exciting, I'm not trying to be anything, I'm just trying to be as upfront as we can be. So let's take a look at what we have. I bought 3 shades of the foundation and the brush. So I have 7C, 6W, which is this one. Maybe a bit too dark for me, we'll see. And we have 8N, which looks more promising. Now, oh, subscribe. Oh, and I bought the brush. Now, I personally, I love a powder-esque brush for foundation. This one's really cool. It has like this tip so you can get into all the little crevices. And then we have more of this buffing kind of area here, which is really cute. So I'm glad I got that. Now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the glitter in this product. I personally don't like glitter, but I don't review products from a personal... Well, I do, I tell my opinion, but obviously I know some people don't mind glitter. I do think it was a bit of a brave or strange decision to make to put glitter in a foundation that's so obvious looking in the bottle. I feel like it's not strange as in formula, but strange as in selling point, you know what I mean? But we'll see how it, I know this is a terrible way to match your foundation, by the way. We'll see how it goes. Let's just get straight into it. I have primed my skin like normal when I do these foundation tests, and like I usually do, I've just washed my face and I've used a hyaluronic acid serum. So let's start with 7C. There's no real smell to it, which is fine. Seven C, and then we have 8N. I'm gonna go with N just to keep it neutral, and because my skin tone is quite neutral, although it looks very yellow with a little bit redness on the cheeks. My undertone, excuse me, I do have more of a neutral undertone. So let's go for 8N. Okay, I'm gonna start off where I'm red the most. And I'm using the brush just to, what's this brush called? Does it have a name? F4. I'm just going to tap it on where I have the most redness first. I'm actually going to try 7C on my forehead because this is looking more yellow than I thought it would be. So I'll give this one a go. It's applying really, really, really nicely. Yeah, the shade of my forehead is definitely better. I mean, it washes me out on camera, but it is more so my skin tone. Let me just put something on my eyelids so we don't get this like redness. So 7C is definitely the shade I think I'm going to wear for my wear test, because I just realized I need to take my makeup on and off today, so it wouldn't be fair to do it today, so I'll do it tomorrow. First impressions, shiny, shimmery, splendid. Honestly, I don't have much of an opinion right now. I like the coverage. I think the coverage is really stunning. There's no trace of glitter in the skin, so if you don't like glitter, I wouldn't worry about that in any way. I don't think that's a decision Mario would have made anyway, to have the glitter looking like someone sprayed it all over your face. It's a really nice foundation. Here's my only concern for me, for my oily skin right now. For dry skin, straight up, I think this is gonna be beautiful on you. The texture is stunning. For me with oily skin, I look at a finish like this, and I love it. I love it. As an oily person who wants a glossy, not glossy is the wrong word, as an oily person who wants a glow to their face still, but not the oil kind of glow, beautiful. My only concern would be how this is gonna sit on my face. I'm oily within minutes. So here, oh, maybe I need to do 2 wear tests, because I do this skincare, because I do this kind of preparation for my makeup that helps my foundation last ages and ages and ages, but not everybody has those products, you know? So I want to give it a fair wear test. I do like it. I do like it. Please, can I mattify some, where's my powder? So I'm just gonna mattify the places where I get super, super oily. So just this area here. I'm just gonna do a little bit of concealer as well, just to kind of like finish up the look, because I think I'm looking at my face and I'm like, it's not complete, you know? Let's see. I want to see tomorrow when I have the correct color on and I'm wearing it throughout the day, how it is in real life, because that's what matters, not sitting in front of a camera, really, let's be honest. And see how we go. All right, let's go to the wear test now and see what happened. Good morning. It is currently 7:20, I believe, in the morning. I have washed my face. I am, I'm gonna apply, it's so early. I'm gonna spray my face with a Rare Beauty mist. This is how I always prepare my face. And then while that's damp, I'm gonna take the Glow Recipe, what, you know what it is. This is just enough moisture for me for when I wear foundation. Oh my God, it's so early. So I have not a busy day. I wouldn't say it was busy, but I'm editing. I'm taking my dogs this morning. They go to daycare on Friday just to have a little bit of dog time, and they love it. It's embarrassing because they never want to leave. And then I'm editing videos today, and I'm also just cleaning the house. So I'm having like an office day, school run. I was gonna let that settle in a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with a foundation. I'm not sick, this is just my morning voice. Everything about me is puffy. Here's what I'm gonna do also. One side of my face, let's say the side of the scar, I'm going to apply my anti-oil routine. So that's the stick from Nude Sticks, what's it called? I always forget the name. Blot and Blur Matte Stick. So we'll do it on the side of the scar, because this like guaranteed keeps my skin from not being oily with all the foundations I've tried so far. And also the one size, what's it called? Until Dawn mattifying spray. We're gonna use shade 7C because I feel like the shade I used whenever it was, when I first put it on, was a little bit too light, dark even. I think I made a bit of a mistake. When applying this my first time round, I went in with quite a lot, which isn't something I usually do, so I'm not sure why I did it, and then started to spread it round, whereas I think you better off, with any foundation to be honest with you, just taking that tiny bit first and then buffing that in. I get, when I'm, in the morning when I'm tired, can you see my nose is like swollen here? I always get like a puffy bridge of the nose when I wake up in the morning. Oh, that's so nice. It's just evening out the skin. It looks really good on the skin too. This is what I want today, just evening out the skin tone. Nothing too crazy. I'm not like going mad today. I'm like not doing my eyebrows. I don't know what I'm saying. It kind of just really like levels everything out for me, neutralizes everything. It does kind of pale me down in a way that it's my undertone, but in a way that it gets rid of all the redness in my skin. So a bronzer blush would be nice. I'm not doing that today, just foundation, just this. Here it is. Look how it does have this really nice glow to it. Even on the side where I've mattified, in real life I can see it is more matte, but it does have a nice glowy glow. I do like this brush. This like stubbier side with a point is nice, and I'm just gonna use the powdery brush side just to tap on the areas where texture tends to gather in my face, which is around here and around here. Cool. Okay, so it's 8:30. I will update you soon. Okay, so I've been waiting to show you in natural daylight my skin. This is it. This is my skin. It has texture. My nose is quite porous, so this foundation has gone on really, really smooth. My skin is a little bit dehydrated in some areas because I'm a dehydrated person. But it looks really good. It's also an hour later. It's 9:35. Sorry, I need glasses. I can't see that clock. So the matte side is still looking quite matte here, and this is just how it is normally. I don't feel excessively shiny or oily. I didn't set with any powder, nothing like that. And I probably still wouldn't now, to be fair. I'm quite comfortable with the way this looks on my oily skin. I can imagine this on a drier skin not being as shiny as this, of course, if you're not shiny, but it's sitting really well. It's really comfortable on the skin as well. It feels really nice. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel tight in any way. It feels good. Okay, so it's about 2 hours later. Honestly, it's not sitting so well on my skin. I just noticed it's almost come away in some areas. And a bit of trouble under here. Oh, yeah, it's not sitting so great on my skin. I'm extremely oily and this isn't doing so well. Let me go to some more daylight so we can see a little bit clearer. This spot is actually the best for natural light in my house. I think we're in a bit of trouble on both sides. Yeah, it hasn't sat well. Like it looks like it's kind of come away a little bit, and there's almost like it's kind of gathering in this area here. How long have I had it on for? What time was it? 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11. So it's been about four hours. I would like my foundation to last a little bit longer than 4 hours on my skin. Maybe if I had powdered a little bit. Yeah, I mean, look, you can see from this angle, I really don't think it sat well on my oily skin at all. Oh, and it's literally, it's a fingerprint. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I think I'll do one more update and then I think I'll need to stop it there because I don't think it is I don't think it's gonna get any better than this, to be honest. Okay, so I wanted to do different lighting. I'm not sick, it's just the lighting. So, oh my God, this is horrible light, Jesus. But you can see better. Can you see what's kind of broke up on this side? Not so much this side, and this is the side that we use or like the mattifying stuff on. Something about this doesn't feel right. Not about the foundation, about how it's gone on. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do another wear test tomorrow. It's another similar day. I'm not doing anything crazy, but what I'm gonna do, I prepped my skin like I would any other day with the hydrating mist and a serum, because that's how I prep my skin as someone with oily skin. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, okay, my skin is even. It looks even, great, it looks great, it looks glowy, it looks nice. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is the wear test of just that way I prepped the skin and applied it with a light layer on oily skin. Tomorrow, I'm gonna apply it again and powder with a little bit more coverage on oily skin and see how we go. Because this isn't it. Something's not right. Good morning. We are going in for day 2 of a wear test of Makeup by Mario. I never usually do 2 days, but something yesterday just didn't feel right with the way I did it. I haven't the same kind of day as yesterday where I'm not really doing anything. I might record some voice for my podcast and then I'll just be honest, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing that I know of. Usually I'll just sit there and I'll be like, hey, maybe I should clean or do something. But yes, so I put out on Twitter, I was like, just did a wear test of the foundation, not giving anything away. Others tell me kind of your experience, and it seems like for oilier people have had a bit of a rougher time with the foundation, which makes sense after looking at some of the ingredients in the foundation. But I'm going to try and help it along its way today and see how that gets on. My issue yesterday was that it kind of just completely, it didn't disappear off my skin. At the end of the day, I had 2 lines here, foundation, and I'm not sure what was going on because I don't have lines there. I have Botox there, so that doesn't crease. So I'm not sure what happened. I wore it literally till about 9 o'clock at night, and it was definitely still on my face in places. It had definitely like moved around, but I can't put that down to foundation. Who knows? I might have touched my face. I might have done something. It's hours and hours of, forgetting. So my skin is feeling dehydrated today like it does. So I'm gonna make a nice base for the foundation, but not going too over the top. Yesterday, I used the Glow Recipe Glow Serum, which I'm not gonna use today. And I used the Rare Beauty 4-in-1 spray. There's an oil layer here, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to stay away from any oils because there is a kind of oil in the foundation. Okay, so I'm going in super simple with a really great primer. Usually I would use something like the e.l.f. Vitamin C Putty Primer as a really nice canvas. The Tatcha Silk Primer is really nice as well. So I'm just going to use this one from NYX. This is a Plump Right Back serum. It's really, primer, sorry. It's literally just like this. So I'm going to go in with the West Barn Co Prep Mist facial spray. This just tightens pores, soothes, and hydrates. Okay, and then I'm going to go on top with my primer. See, I really like this primer because it just goes on, and now I can't feel anything on my face. It just feels a little bit bouncy, a little bit like cushiony. And that's it. And the tiniest bit tacky. Whereas even actually thinking about it, this I used yesterday did almost leave like a silky finish on the skin. Whereas hyaluronic acid or serum, sorry, I like how they just like quickly almost just absorbed and they leave a slight, like tackiest feeling on the skin. Okay, I'm gonna give that 2 minutes and then I'm just gonna blot my face. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, it feels good. So back in with C7. I'm going to use a different brush this time. I'm going to use this from my Kit Coats number 7, my Flawless Foundation. I love a good stubby brush like this. Yesterday I did use the one that came with the foundation. But you know what? Sometimes I'm just going to stick to the technique that I know. Frankie, what are you doing? So on my cheeks, say I was doing like... you know, just not every day, like just going to work foundation, something like that. If it was for a special event, I perhaps would use on my cheeks, something like e.l.f. Putty Primer or Professional or something like that, just on these areas here, because I'm quite porous and textured in these areas all the time. Like, it's just my skin. So you do see this foundation initially kind of just sitting in those areas, but I find on my skin, because it's quite oily, once my natural oils kind of get involved, it looks fine. Just building it up on the nose a little bit. Yesterday, I didn't put that much on, and I feel like you can get away with wearing a bit more of this foundation because it's not necessarily cakey when it goes on. When it goes on, it looks incredible. Like, it looks so smooth, so nice. Okay, and then what I want to do yesterday, I felt like maybe perhaps my application was very light. I'm just gonna go around and tap it a little bit more into the skin. I want it to become like part of my skin rather than just sitting on top, you know? Now I'm gonna set with some powder because I didn't yesterday. I think this is the first time in one of my reviews that I've given it a second day because I feel like it was my fault. But then after looking at people's, what people were saying on Twitter yesterday to my response, I maybe don't think it is my fault. And a lot of people are comparing it to the House Labs foundation because I think that was such a good foundation that everyone's like now comparing every foundation to it and saying, you know, what they thought was best. I'm going to go in with the Tatcha, what is this? The Silk Powder. Tatcha do gift me products with this. This is one I bought myself. And I'm just gonna powder those areas yesterday that were quite troublesome for me. Now, usually I would follow this up with some, of course, bronzer, blush, because I'm looking a little bit ghostly. That's what I'm in the mood for today. Now, see, if I was going out, I would do, before the powder, I would perhaps do another layer, powder, spray my face with like a hydrating mist, let that dry, and then go on with powder again. That's kind of like my going out foundation routine. But I just want to see how it looks with a basic flat out routine. What's the time? I don't wear a watch ever. It's about 8:30. I'm just trying to think what time was on the last check. Yeah, so we'll check in about an hour. Okay, so the day got away from me. It's now 1:15, around 1:15 p.m. And this looks a lot better than it did yesterday, even at before this time. It doesn't seem to have slipped anywhere. It's extra greasy and shiny on my skin because I have oily skin. I feel like my application yesterday and the product I mixed it with just wasn't a good match at all. This is definitely sitting a lot nicer. God, it's so miserable and grey outside. Like, this is the best lighting I can get. Like, I could powder this now in a few places and it might look a little bit funky, but if you have a drier skin, this will be beautiful on you. I was looking at some replies on Twitter and I responded to some people just asking what their skin type was. And it seems that, of course, everyone with oily skin didn't have a great time with this foundation. Some people did. One person actually said it was okay in their oily skin. Excuse me. And then everyone else with drier skin, combination skin, seemed to really like it. There were some people that were like combination oily that didn't like it. So I think if you're going to, if you're going to have oily skin, well, if you have oily skin, it's maybe not the best foundation to wear. Hi, baby. I just wanted to, like, final, it's been like another 2 hours. I just want to show you close up. It's much better than it was yesterday. This was all missing yesterday. It was like sliding around my face, but you can still see, you can see my dirty kitchen. You can still see in natural lighting, it's not, as natural as possible. It's not that bad at all. It is some areas where I'm dehydrated. It is looking textured, but it's quite nice still on the skin. So for me, I probably wouldn't wear this every day. This is gonna be great for me like on camera or something like that, or in an event that's like 2 hours long. But for me, for a whole day, if I was doing like a work day, like 8 hours, I wouldn't recommend this for the oiliest of people. I'm extremely oily. But yeah, it's sitting much better than yesterday. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I would love to know your opinion on this foundation below. Let me know how it's doing for you, if you have it, or if not, are you interested in owning it? Let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. Do give this video a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I will see you very soon. Bye.